Right, team. So the first policy that I want to kind of, or policy, yeah, the first policy and procedure I would like to add on here is, apologies for the rain, I'm in the conservatory, but it's the Wonky Way, and this is thanks to Faith and Charlotte, specifically Faith. It's supposed to be wonky, but that's we're referring to the logo at Hook Norton, the signage. Anyway, the Wonky Way effectively says that wonky is wonderful. It's all about reuse and recycle and handmade fun. And what's it adds to what we had. We spoke about regarding the richness of the activity. How much engagement is there between the child and the activity, and the other on the other end of this, it's also important for us to find and be creative about ways that we can do activities, enriched activities, with the resources that are available as leftovers or junk or packaging or obviously kind of appropriate materials, because I think we need to steer the kids away from the perception of, if I need something, I need to buy it. It's also very, very powerful for multiple use, or for alternative use development. It's a great tool for stimulating creativity, problem solving. So put that kind of take the wonky policy, and put it as a challenge for yourself, and think about, if I look at a milk bottle, what can I do with that milk bottle? There's so many resources online where you get really cool ideas on origami, that kind of a thing. Just using a plain piece of paper. You don't need to buy a brand new pack of paper. Obviously, if it's really needed, of course, but you can have scraps. There's a lot of parents who work at offices who have scraps of paper, and that's another thing. We encourage you to, if you do communicate with the parents, ask them for, identify in your planning, or identify what you would like to have, paper, carton, milk bottles, you name it. Just brainstorm it, and then ask the parents to send it to school with the child. You'd be surprised and amazed how excited children can be, or are, when they get to bring something from home, and then obviously make a big hoo-ah of it if they do bring something. But yeah, so that's the wonky policy. It comes down to, wonky is wonderful. We are not striving for perfection at Bamboo. Perfection is boring because it's done. There's no room for improvement when you're perfect. We always strive for, we can get better, but there's also a uniqueness to doing something handmade. There's a uniqueness about something that's wonky, and it also helps us to get things done. I have personally kind of struggled with the notion of just getting it done. You always want it to be perfect. You always want it to be immaculate. I think it comes down to the school culture of there's this school and society meritocracy of you have to be at the absolute level of top excellence. You can get there, but you need to do it. You can get there by getting things done, and usually that means that you just need to get the thing done. And that's why I think wonky is a great description of this. And it gives it character, and it leaves a little bit behind of who we are and what our part in it. So I think that's it. It's basically to teach the kids that we are kind of there's always room for improvement. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to spend a lot of money. We need to step away from this consumer mentality, this consumer kind of mass consumption approach of, if we need something, we need to buy it. There's so many things lying around that you can utilize and use to make even far more enriching and engaging experiences with the children, and allows them to look at their world in a different way. It allows them to look at their world in a way that it's something that they belong to and they're part of, and they can use resources in their environment instead of thinking it has to come from a shop. So yeah, that's the Wonky Way. I will look into what others that I would like to share with you guys. But let me know what your thoughts are. We've created the social media account exactly for one. I would like you to like it if you've seen it, so I know that you've seen it. Not because you like it, because that's the way I can, kind of make sure that you've seen the video. I suppose I can see in the impressions as well. And then the other thing is, if you have questions, please post them here. Let's open a conversation. Let's open dialogue. I would like to do a few live sessions as well. But yeah, let's get this. We have this technology. Let's use it for a change. So yeah, have an amazing day, and thank you again for all the hard work you guys are doing. You are, I still say, underappreciated in society. We're working hard to change that. It's going to take time, but step by step, just like Wonky, the Wonky policy, step by step, we're working on getting things done and getting you recognized, because you're a big deal, and what you do is a big deal. Because those little kids in your care they're everyone's future. So keep up the great work. You guys you mean a lot to us. So thank you. And we'll chat later.